You've got 6 podcasts, and when I look at that, I think, okay, because one of the issues I find I sometimes have and other people have is either I've got no inspiration to do anything I can't come up with an inspiration, like, for example, a podcast idea, or I've got too many ideas, and which one am I going to choose? Right? So I'm just overwhelmed. And you've got these 6, and I've heard you explain how they each started. They each started for a perfectly reasonable reason. But then when I look at the 6, I think, how on earth did you juggle all the things you're interested in? And, you've only got 24 hours in the day like the rest of us. How did you juggle it such that you came up with just the right number of podcasts with just the right selection of topics?
I don't know. I started off with the speaking because I said, because I had a lot of people with all the competitions, I said this would be good for doing that. And so they weren't all at once. It was kind of like then kind of 6 months later or whatever, there was the meditation and the Polish, and then the fourth one was the awakening. So they took their time, and I had all my systems in place, and I kind of knew what to do, and I knew how to get the guests, and everything was okay. So it wasn't a case of I took on too much and then I was overwhelmed. It was like, okay, I'm doing this. And even now, like say to speak, I've got such a backlog that I've kind of turned off the tap of people coming in, and then I'm just going through it. So I have plenty. And then if I need more people, I just kind of reach out. There's always like agents, just constantly people reaching out and kind of looking. And it's strange actually with the awakening. There's people that reach out and they want to do it. I'm like, oh, okay, I look at it and I go grand. And then like a day before, one time even 30 minutes before, it's like they probably listened to one episode and it was kind of like, oh, I listened to what you're doing, and yeah, I don't want to go on the show. And they start kind of getting, and like one person was on the meditation podcast, and a couple of days later, like, was really annoyed. He said, I just saw what you're doing on the awakening, and I can't believe I went in your show. And it was like, they get upset because it's going against their belief system. And you should kind of look in the mirror if you get angry over something like that because of a different belief system. And it's never me just throwing it out there. I get specialists, I get scientists, I get doctors, I get different people on the show as well. It's not just my opinion, but I listen to shows, I read, I've read thousands of books. I read about 100 a year. I'm constantly always learning. But even if I read something, I know that. Like, if someone can write a book, doesn't mean it's true. So I never take it from gospel. So you have to start looking at a few places. But I never get upset with someone if they have a different belief system, because sometimes people, you could have 80% that you agree on. There's just something. But unfortunately, if it's just that one thing, then they put up the guardrail. And you have to kind of learn, have compassion and not kind of start fighting. So even if somebody's getting aggressive, just take it on the chin and it's not your fault. Don't react to it.